So it looks like more and more Vi are starting to speak up about the messy business that Jay-Z and Diddy were allegedly running behind the scenes. Because singer Blu Cantrell just spoke up about how Jay-Z allegedly pimped her out to Diddy when she was new and trying to find her way in the industry. Blu was the latest woman to speak up against these two. And it looks like the rumors might be true about how Jay-Z and Diddy were allegedly working together behind the scenes. Blu came with some receipts to not only prove that she was a two, but also hint that Beyoncé allegedly went out of her way to ruin Blu's career over it. This situation is about to blow up, and it's going to be a hot mess because Blu came with some hard evidence and she is determined to take Jay-Z down. Now, there's been a lot of wild stories popping up lately about Diddy and Jay-Z, and honestly, it's been a whole mess now. I'm not saying all these claims are facts because let's just be real, some people might be chasing clout after this, but there are few things being said that definitely make you wonder what really went down, like Blu Cantrell and the stories that she's telling. Not only is Blu accusing Jay-Z of allegedly pimping her out too, but she's also claimed that Beyoncé allegedly tried to unif her because Blu apparently got a little too friendly with Jay-Z. And if there's one thing we know about Beyoncé, she does not play about her man. Well, now Blu is spilling the tea and claiming that Beyoncé did her dirty too, allegedly using her status to get Blu blacklisted from the industry. But before we dive into that, let me break down the backstory of what supposedly happened between Blu and Jay-Z. So back in the late 90s, Blu Cantrell and Jay-Z were pretty tight. They were so close that people wondered if there was more to it than just music. Now at the time, Blu was just doing her thing as a backing vocalist for some heavy hitters like Diddy. And it didn't take long for the industry execs to figure out how talented she was and that she had a potential to make it big in Hollywood. That's when Lil Reed swooped in, signing her to F0rced Records, thinking she was the next big thing. By 2001, Blu had released her debut album So Blue, and it was a banger. The album shot up to number 8 on the Billboard 200, had multiple top 10 hits on the Hot 100, and she even got 2 Grammy nominations that year. Oh, and the album went gold in only 2 weeks. She was on fire, and everybody believed that she was going to make it big at Hollywood. But here's where things started getting crazy. Around the same time, Blu and Jay-Z were getting all cozy. Allegedly, Jay was also making moves on Beyoncé, trying to lock her down. So was he out here playing close with Blu? Well, the streets are saying that Jay-Z was hedging his bets, keeping Blu as a backup in case Beyoncé wasn't feeling him like that. Remember, he had just been burned by Aya, so he wasn't about to get all his eggs in one basket, which is sneaky, but also maybe smart. But anyways, in 2003, Blu dropped her second album, and it was around the time that Beyoncé also released her debut solo album, Dangerously in Love. And you know what happens when two artists drop fire around the same time, it's rivalry season. And that's exactly what went down between Beyoncé and Blu. Things got tense, and it was on from there. But not only were they competing for the attention of the same man, but their beef spilled into the music scene. Two things just spiraled from there. Blu Cap insisting that there was nothing romantic going on between her and Jay-Z, claiming they were just friends who worked on music together. And all that, bless be realized, second for a millisecond, nobody was buying it. People thought she was just trying to save face and avoid the messy drama that happens when two celebrities get romantically involved, especially when it's a love triangle. Well, the rumors really escalated when Blu sat down for an interview with Miss Wendy Williams. And y'all know Wendy didn't hold back. She always asked the tough questions and never let her guests off easy. And that's exactly why we loved her. Even though she was messy as if so, Wendy didn't hold back and straight up asked Blu if she'd ever kiss Ye's or had any romantic dealings with him. This was Blu's perfect chance to squash the rumors once for all. But what did she do? Sis laughed and completely sidestepped the question, basically pouring gasoline on the rumor fire instead of putting those whispers to bed. She just stirred things up even more, leaving everybody talking about.
Kiss Jay-Z romantically?
No. No, I can't answer that. I can't answer that.
Oh, she's touching above the neck! Look! You see?
Why do people not want to let the Jay-Z Blu Cantrell thing go?
Because, honey, that was a fabulous little high point in your career.
Honestly, there were a million ways Blu could have handled the question. But laughing it off and dodging it was probably the worst move ever, because it only made the rumors grow louder. But hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. Wendy went on to suggest that the reason Jay-Z chose Beyoncé was that she was younger. And just when you thought that Blu might keep it cute, she jumped right in claiming it wasn't about age. It was because Beyoncé was more naive and easier to manipulate, according to Blu. That's exactly the type of woman Jay-Z was looking for.
What, me and him?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're above 25.
Why, he needs somebody younger than that?
At the end of the day, yup.
Why do you say that?
Because I think at the end of the day, a younger, less savvy to the ways of the world broad.
Somebody a little bit more naive.
You said it, not me.
You good at,
Do you know what I mean?
good at making me say things.
Now at the time we thought that Blu was being unnecessarily shady towards Beyoncé. But from what she's now saying about the F0rced, she was forced into it. Seems like she was actually talking about herself, because she was quite naive too, back then, naive to the point where she was allegedly pimped out, and she didn't realize it until it was too late. But just because she wasn't throwing shade doesn't mean that things weren't messy between her and Beyoncé at the time, because both women could barely stand each other over the next few years. Blu cranked things up a notch by accusing Beyoncé of straight up stealing her visuals and passing them off as her own. For example, when Beyoncé and Jay-Z dropped the music video for Bonnie and Clyde, Blu was quick to claim that they had copied her video for Roundup. And it didn't stop there. Beyoncé released Baby Boy featuring Sean Paul. Blu came out swinging again, accusing B of copying her since she had dropped her own song Breathe with Sean Paul before Beyoncé's hit. And then there was the juicy speculation that Beyoncé was throwing some subtle shade at Blu in her song Signs. In the track, Beyoncé sings, "I wish he was a Virgo. The same sign as me, yeah. I know how to show me love 'cause I've been hurt by a Pisces now." There's where it gets spicy. Jay-Z is a Sagittarius, Beyoncé is a Virgo, and Blu Cantrell, yeah, you guessed that she's a Pisces. So naturally fans try to connect their dots, and started to believe that Beyoncé was Loey admitting that Jay-Z cheated on her with Blu. And if you thought that this mess could possibly not get any weirder, well, it definitely did. In an interview with The Guardian, Blu was asked about Beyoncé and her response. Well, let's just say it cranked the drama up a whole new level. She said, "I'm an adult, she's younger. If she's doing what you're saying, then she's being a little immature. Maybe she's trying to do it to get press, but I want to make her understand if she goes there with me, it's the wrong move. She needs to understand what she's doing and what she's getting into." Blu also tried to drag Jay-Z into it, saying if she is being negative, she doesn't need to be because she's a beautiful girl. But if you have issues with your man, address it with the guy. Don't take it out on the girl. It's never the way to go. Well, the interview was definitely the final straw that broke the camel's back. And after that, Cantrell's career took a nosedive. She never released another album or even another single after that, which is wild CU considering how talented she is and how successful. Her first two albums were Grammy nominated and charted well. So her sudden disappearance from the music scene felt super